Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the 41st Millennium and the, I want to say, 16th session in our Hereticus campaign.
That would be correct, yes.
Yay! I was correct. Woohoo! So, what happened last time, Chris?
I'm glad you asked me. What happened last time was we had a skip in time regarding our characters and their stay in the Tricorner development. Over the course of a week, they were put on hold in terms of their inquisitorial duties. Accolon and Francesca spent that week reading and developing opinions on inquisitorial doctrine, but may or may not may lead to some interesting discussions involving choice words and even more choice bullet shells one day, but we shall see. That's me, I suspect, by the way, the clicking, because I've got my new microphone is probably picking up the sound of me tapping my mouse, or clicking the button on my mouse. Okay. Not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately.
Nope.
I shall try and move it further away, or use my mouse pad instead, it's a bit quieter. Anyway, and I believe, yes, Tim and Medea spent their time either training or doing some people watching, if I remember correctly. And Medea also... And Medea also went to go and visit her Rugrats a few times, which after sort of the first visit, after the second visit, the oldest member of that pack had gone missing and had been taken by strange black-robed men in a raid. After some digging about and trying to discover things, we were led to the conclusion that it turned out that what was the yeoman's name again? Kelsa?
Yes, Kelsa.
Kelsa was in fact a psyker, and that the people in the black robes were inquisitorial agents who had come to take her away to be put on the black ships to then stand before the Emperor and either become a sanctioned psyker or Emperor food.
Yeah.
Basically that no one here would ever probably see her again, and that they just had to deal with it. Remember correctly, we started to sort of talk about what we could do with the situation and regarding a local gang that was giving them some trouble. We found out that we were being observed, so Medea and Tim went off to lead their would-be observer to a secluded area, and then blew that observer's kneecaps out when it turned out it was one of the local gang, as someone that the Rugrats actually knew, who had tormented them quite a lot as a bully. And after getting some information out of him, we let the new default leader of the group, the kids, shoot him dead. You know, setting good parental examples by doing so.
Indeed, yeah.
I believe we then decided to. We then decided to sort of investigate this gang further and came to their headquarters, which appears to be in the remains of, I believe it was some kind of chapel or church.
Yes, one of the many ruined churches down in the Underhive. Yes,
must be quite a small one for it to be able to just house a single gang.
Yeah, if it's a church, not a cathedral or anything. So.
No, but then let's face it, cathedrals in this world are about 5 times the size of the average American megachurch, and the average chapel is probably about the size of a cathedral. So
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, that's my initiative there. So
okay, cool.
Yes, we can conclude, ladies and gentlemen, that the Imperium of Man consists entirely of macrophiliacs.
Yes.
Anyway, we decided after much debate to sort of try and initiate some sort of... see if we could find out some stuff about them. Medea decided she wanted to go in and try and coax some information out of them, and if it went to hell, we'd initiate conflict with them, although we were unsure about how we would explain away why we did that to our inquisitorial superiors later, but apparently we decided we weren't going to bother sweating the details. And the last we left off, Medea had initiated combat by pulling the trigger of her gun on one of the guards that tried to bar her from getting to the guy in the gang lord in charge of it, a big bulbous man covered in glowing electric tattoos. Basically made him look like a child.
A big bulbous man.
Yes,
giant.
giant.
The mental image it's delightful, isn't it?
Just think of
I'm
the.
sure he tastes like whale flubber.
Just take.
Oh,
Just think. I'm thinking of the. I'm thinking of the fatties from Judge Dredd.
Ew.
It's this giant.
Oh, the humans from Wall-E.
All them, just not as nice, or
Well, I don't really think they care about anything, so we don't really know if they're nice or not.
Either way, that's where we left off. We were in the middle. We were about to start combat with all of us being in various places in and around this church.
Overwatch!
Yes, as Tim is keen to point out, he being the sniper is obviously on Overwatch.
No,
Medea is in deep shit because she's in the middle of the church by herself, surrounded by people and having just opened fire. And Sister Francesca and Accolon, I believe, are in a position to start making their way towards the entrance and in, but who knows?
Who knows? Well, I know. Yes. Basically, that's the situation. Medea has gone inside. She's made contact with with one of Big Eel's lieutenants, or bodyguards, really. And she's opened fire on this man she was talking to. Tim is on the other side of I won't call it a street, but because that's not what it really is, but he's sitting in a church opposite this one, in another ruined church. I think Sister Francesca is also located in this church opposite the gang headquarters.
Yes, that's the idea at least.
And Accolon, I'm not really sure.
I think I decided he was close by the church that Medea is currently in, sort of around the edge of the entrance, just ready to head to the front doors and use his psychic abilities and flamer on any outside guards to give Medea a clearer exit route in case things go south, which they have or are about to do, I'm sure.
Things are about to get interesting, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I take it the hammering in the background is that your mom?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute.
That's
it's really
that's his mother taking it out on the desk.
All right.
Okay, so Medea, to paint you a picture, I don't know how much you recall from last session. You are in this. You've walked into this church. It's the music is loud. It's pumping. The room you're in is filled with gangers and affiliates, prospects, and so on. Basically having a good time, indulging in all sorts of debauchery. The air in this room is thick with low stick smoke, stinging your eyes, and in the middle of this gigantic cavernous chamber room you're in, because as we've established, even chapels in the Warhammer 40,000 setting are rather large. In the middle of this room, there's a throne on which sits Big Eel, the head honcho of this gang. He's surrounded by his bodyguards, 4 of them to be exact, and Medea elected to open fire on one of these bodyguards. So
she did tell the others that they don't want to let me in, so
you
should probably show up. And then she's opened fire.
Yeah, that is very true. So what's going to happen is we'll start out with basically Medea getting a surprise action. She gets to shoot this guy, or try to at least.
Yay.
Yay, come on. Gun him down. Murderize him with extreme prejudice.
Yeah. With the luck I've had with Roll20 and the system.
Well, let's see. You've caused some pretty decent mayhem previously.
Alright. I should really have gotten both of those fucking guns, but I didn't. So I still just have the regular ones.
I'll give you a. It's point blank, so I'll give you a plus 20 bonus to your roll.
So that's a plus 40 in all because she's emptying a spray in him. That
Okay.
means 10 bonus.
So is this a cold shot? Because that might present some minuses. Basically, you as far as I recall, you described it last time as if she shot him in the face.
Yeah.
So I take it that's a cold shot then.
Yeah, she's gonna shoot his face off.
Yeah.
That's a minus.
That's minus 20 for the head.
A minus 20. So that is all in all, your bonus is at plus 20.
Alright. Of course, if his head disappears before whoever is behind gets the rest of the bullets, but yeah.
Mm.
If I can hit anything. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so one bullet hit the target. Or rather,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
One bullet. So could you deal some damage, please? To this fellow, this bodyguard, who's standing between you and Big Eel.
There we go.
5. Okay. So
Something tells me that's not quite enough to actually kill him.
it's not even close to being enough to actually kill him. Let's see, where's the so
But at least if it's enough, he might get stunned.
it won't be because he does have some protection on his head. So let's see. His toughness is okay. No, rather he doesn't have protection in his head, but he does have toughness, which reduces it. Okay, so you unleash a barrage of bullets on this poor.
He probably
bodyguard.
dived away when he realized he was gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, the fact that you're talking to someone else really, he's alert to that fact, and that really is. You gave him proper warning before you shot him, basically. So. Top of the round now. This was a surprise round, and what happens now is that you get to act, and by you I mean all 4 of you, as does Big Eel and the bodyguards. The rest of them don't get to act yet because they are caught off guard by this. What Medea sees inside the church is absolute chaos erupting as people scramble to find their weapons, and the many non-combatants in the room panic and try to flee the place. So yeah, pandemonium erupts, lots of screaming, the pumping music is still going. The DJ is apparently or whoever is controlling the music is keeps it going.
Oh, it should change. He should look over and go, "Oh yeah, fighting music," and then.
Yeah. Medea, you get to act first because your initiative is the highest.
Alright. Did he, in fact, dive out of the way?
Oh, he's still standing in front. He sidestepped, but he's still standing between you and his boss.
Aw, boo him.
Yeah.
Boo is boo.
Alright. Good thing I have quick draw, isn't it?
Mm.
Grenade.
Okay. Grenade, you say.
I'm, of course, not gonna aim directly at them, because if it blows up between them...
Yep.
Then all 3 would get hit. Sure, she'll get hit too, but she's not really scared of any kind of...
It's more than 3 though, because there are 4 bodyguards and Big Eel himself. So there are 5 in all. But let's see if we can find a grenade, and you want to throw it. There we go.
It says it's 2d10 of damage.
Yes, and it's
Type X.
It's blast 4. X is explosive.
Yes.
So
Penetration of 0.
Yes.
Who knew?
So you need to throw the grenade.
He
And we'll see how that goes.
Now I have to find everything again. I don't remember shit about her character sheet. Give me a sec.
It's also worth mentioning to the listening audience that last session we mentioned that this session would be played a week after last session. Obviously that didn't happen. I think it's been 3 weeks since we played last session, or maybe 4.
4.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see the.
Yeah.
So for some reason I can't recall which characteristic is used to cast a grenade or throw a grenade.
Agility? Ballistics? It's throwing something, so it should be something range, right?
Yeah.
I don't think she can throw it with the fellowship.
No, she can't.
And willpower won't do it either because she's not a psyker.
No.
Has nothing to do with how intelligent she is.
Throwing grenades. Throwing grenades requires no special training or talents and is resolved using a ballistic skill check, skill test, just as if the character was firing a weapon, including any modifiers for range, visibility, and the like. I'll give you a +10 to your ballistic skill because you're pretty close by.
Yeah. See if I roll any better this time.
The thing is, the grenade's blast radius is 4 meters, and if you want to catch all of them, you'll probably also be caught in it because you're standing close by the bodyguard you shot at. So that's kind of an issue. You can throw so that you don't get all of them, but some of them, and not get caught in the blast yourself.
Her main objective is killing Big Eel.
All right. That can happen. Without
Because
damaging yourself.
when big guy dies, the others usually go, oh fuck, what now?
Yeah, maybe.
Of course they'll still be angry, but she got her objective. Yeah.
Sure. Let's see that ballistics test.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll the damage.
I roll a 12. Now! Why? Ugh.
Let's see. Where's that? So, yeah,
2d10 something.
yes.
Ow!
Blast.
A 10 and a 9. Ow.
Okay, so 19.
Ow.
And so you throw the grenade, and it lands as intended, close to Big Eel. And of course it detonates, as they do. These.
Pretty sure most of his blubber takes most of the fucking damage, but still.
No, it's not nearly so. Joan, do you remember if grenades ignore toughness? I don't think they do.
No, they don't. They don't.
Good.
Not unless it's a special kind of grenade that has.
one,
I mean,
yeah.
like I think the Eldar has something like that. But it's not the only way,
Yeah.
Trust the Eldar to have weird shit like that lying around.
Yep. Okay, so you throw your grenades, and so that's okay. So 2 of the bodyguards standing close to Big Eel are killed in the blast. Basically,
Yeah.
the shrapnel
The others
tears,
at least.
the shrapnel tears them apart, and Big Eel himself is also caught in the blast, but he does wear armor. Some quality of or some variant of flag armor.
Yeah, which gives extra protection against particularly that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And So he's still standing or sitting in his throne, rather. He's getting up at this point, but he's still alive. Two of the goons are dead. Two of the
Yeah.
bodyguards.
My idea were to stun as many of them as possible.
Yeah. So.
It's a plus that two of them died.
So actually, about that, and while I go find something, Tim, you can at least think about what you want to do.
I want to dance.
You want to dance? Cool. Sweet.
No.
We can absolutely figure that out.
I'll see what the result is, and then I'll ask who I have line of sight at, too.
Okay.
From, with,
Cool.
on.
Cool,
In-
cool, cool.
Around. Behind.
Injury. Let's see. Okay. Okay, cool. So, the result is that two of the bodyguards died in the blast, and Big Eel is injured. He's not stunned or anything, but he's definitely injured. He took quite a bit of damage as well.
He took an ouch.
He took an ouch, and he does grunt, or rather, he howls actually in pain because it is still quite a bit of damage, even for him.
Grunt.
Yeah.
Little piggy.
And Tim, outside, or rather, you're sitting in the church opposite the gangers' headquarters, and you can see standing outside the entrance to the church are 5 guards, basically gangers, keeping watch, making sure that they check people who wants to get in, and of course they hear the sounds of the weapon being discharged and the grenade exploding, so they react. They all look in toward the entrance and the church's interior. Their backs to you.
Interesting. And those are the only ones I have. I can shoot, right?
Yeah, because the you can't really see anything of particular detail inside the church.
Dum.
Unless does your scope have alternate optics such as thermal vision?
It just says scope for sharpshooting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
I think it was
no.
a perfectly normal
Yeah.
scope. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, well, so you
Right.
then have 5 sentinels or guards to get rid of.
Can I make... If I don't take an aim action, can I then make more than one shot in a round?
I don't think so. Not with a long lass. Well, if you shoot regularly, it's a half action, as I recall. So you could technically shoot twice. Unless, let's see. So the question is, how many charges are in? Let's just find the weapon quickly. It's a long lass, yes.
Yes, and I can use either the normal thingy with 40 charges, but I don't, because I have that thing that lets me quickly change between either a hot shot clip, which has 1 shot per clip, or overcharged clips with which have 20 per each.
Yep. Okay, so oh god damn it! Now I moved away from the weapon. Let me just find it again. Let's see, lass. There we go. Long lass. I suppose you could shoot twice, 2 half actions.
You know what? Let's try and see if we can't show off. I want to do 2 headshots then.
2 headshots, so 2 cold shots. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I guess this time I'm not doing a half action to aim.
You can do it!
No, because you would only be able to shoot once.
I'm guessing I'm still using the scope, although it's more of a.
Yeah, sure. That's basically your style. Is you use your scope for aiming.
Does that give me any kind of advantage?
No, I don't think it does. Only when you use your aim actions.
Makes sense. Well, let's see if I can do this then. I'll just roll twice, I guess. Let's roll them one at a time. I might want to re-roll them. Well, the first one's a hit.
Yes. The second
Just
one
because I can, I'll try and re-roll that one.
Okay.
That didn't help much, but I got it.
No, you get one hit. Also, it should be mentioned that you can't actually perform the same type of half action twice in a round. I just found it in the. But we'll.
Well, it wouldn't change anything if
Nope.
I didn't said I just used a half action.
Yeah, that's
to aim
true.
and
We can
the
always
first shot.
we can do that instead. We can say that you just spend your half action or one half action aiming and the other half action taking that single shot that actually did hit.
Yes.
Cool.
And that's a headshot.
Yes.
So I will roll damage.
Pop goes the head. No.
Let me just see what kind of talents I have, because it's been a while.
Yes.
Let's see. Critical shots are only if I roll a 10, yeah?
Yes.
Well, what do you know?
Well, okay. So you need to roll to hit once more.
Yes, I also do +2 extra damage from my crack shot talent.
Oh, Jesus.
Poor
Split his
Sam.
head. Split his head like a ripe fruit, man.
So what did I need to roll?
You need to roll another to hit.
To hit. I can
Yes.
do that. Do I then get the bonus for aiming?
Rasmus, I want you to, just before you continue, I want you to imagine a romkugle. Really moist and soft and nice, and you take it in both hands and you stick your thumbs in and you split it open. That's basically what you're doing to his head.
I know! So did I get the bonus for aiming this time then?
I'm not sure if you do, but
Modified
so
that to what we were doing.
so let's say you do.
And what is that? 10?
So I'll just, for the sake of our.
Well, that's a hit.
Woohoo!
Okay, so you roll another
You
d10.
roll a 2.
That would have been a hit without the aim as well. So I roll another d10
Yes.
without the bonus, or just
Yes. Just a d10. 5. Okay, so that's 23 points of damage to the center.
Slap.
I don't even want to imagine. I mean, his head probably turns into red mist or something.
That is basically what Tim sees through his scope is where his head once was. There's just red mist.
Abstract painting on the wall behind him.
Yeah.
All done in reds and greys and whites.
Yep.
Nom 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 nom.
I mean, hopefully that's distracting for the other guards.
It might be.
Who did you
Might
shoot
be.
again?
He shot one of the guards outside the church.
Oh.
So
Slap.
one of the bodyguards gets to act now, and he gets a half action with which to shoot his stopper. So he does that, and let's see how he fares.
See if it even works.
He doesn't fare well at all. He misfires, kind of panicking.
No shit. His friend's head disappeared in a mist.
Big Eel, though, grunts as he tries to get out of his throne. It's no mean feat for him, or rather, it is rather difficult for him to get out of his chair.
Please tell me it takes the full round for him to get out of his chair.
It doesn't, but it does take him a half action to get out of his chair,
And
and
all his majestic flubber.
yes,
Basically, we know where our Prince Flubber from Jade Regions has gone in the future.
that's this is his great times 1,000 grandchild or something to that effect.
Yep.
Okay. So what he does, he spends a half action to get up out of his throne, and he grabs a chainsword that's standing, leaning against the throne, and as he moves towards Medea, shouting "Die!" he flips a switch on the chainsword, and it starts.
Wow, interesting. He is actually, that's badass. Using a chainsword and chainswords. Okay, Medea.
What?
Allow me to offer you a piece of well-intentioned advice.
Don't get near it.
Don't let him hit you.
Exactly, don't get near it. I can kind of think on my own that that's probably a bad idea, because chainsaws is not nice to be near.
Chainswords.
Especially not if they're not actually aimed at you.
Chainswords are fucking nasty.
Well, yes, that's the point of them. They're meant to be the most brutal form of melee combat you can get in the Imperium, almost.
Romkugle.
Why am I being shown pictures of chocolate sprinkle-covered chocolate balls?
Because
Not
that's
chocolate balls.
that's the romcool that.
That's the cake that I was referring to earlier.
It's
Just
basically
so
a
far.
mishmash of cakes grinded into a paste, along with rum
Yes.
and
Okay.
dipped in chocolate and sprinkles.
Yes. Exactly.
Sounds really disgusting, just like sausages, but tastes great.
Yeah, it is the cake version of sausage.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It really is. But he doesn't get to attack this round. He next round he'll be able to swing at Medea with his chainsword.
suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, and this chainsword isn't the same. It's not in any good condition at all. It's rusty. It's just poor craftsmanship. But it is there, and it can do a lot of damage. Acalon.
This is when I should have had a flamer.
Yes.
Flamers are your friends.
Yes, speaking of which, hearing the ruckus, it's probably going to take me a half action to get within range of these people, but I'd like to be able to actually then move up a bit closer and try and use my flamer on any guard still at the front gate.
You can do so, absolutely. And you don't get to make an attack roll, if I remember correctly. They have to dodge.
Yes, if it's a flamer, they simply have to dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
If they fail, they are hit, and there's the added bonus of catching fire.
Yes. So let's see. Okay. So let's see if the 4 remaining sentinels can dodge out of the way. Oh, that one can't. He can't. Poor man. Nope. And how much damage do they take?
I don't know, I need to
All
roll
of
for
it.
that. Let me just find out how much I need to give to them.
Be right back. All this Romkugle talk has given me a hankering for cake. I'm gonna go get cake.
Oh
Yes.
god. I must roll a 1d10 plus 4.
Okay.
13.
That is not bad at all.
That's
so
actually pretty damn good.
let's see. 13 points of damage, and they don't have any armor to speak of. Well, they do have a mishmash, but it's not enough to give them any actual armor points.
No, if anything, it just makes them that little bit extra flammable.
Yes. Yeah.
Just a smidgen extra flammable.
Let's just say that at this point, Acalon is finally beginning to understand Francesca's obsession with flame weaponry.
It's
imagine.
the best.
It really is. So the question then is, do they even bother with their toughness bonus?
I don't know. That's a question I think you need to answer.
Yeah. That is a question.
Toughness does factor into it with flames as well.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So they get to.
And it's a very, very, very. I mean, there are exceptionally few physical kinds of attacks that don't get where you don't test or you don't take toughness into consideration. There are quite a few that bypass armor, but not that bypass toughness.
That's true. Okay, so you attack them with your flamer, and they're engulfed in the holy flame of the Emperor, and they can only spend their action whenever they do get an action to just flail and wail in pain, as the fire consumes them. Poor men.
You constantly place your sympathy with entirely the wrong sort of people, Heine.
Of course, I'm sympathetic to my bad guys.
I have to say, I must say, I respect the fact that Heine does keep his sympathy squarely with his guys. However despicable we might think that those his guys are.
It must be something. It must be due to you both being GMs. I haven't had the pleasure of experiencing that, so I feel no sympathy whatsoever.
Anyway, Francesca, it's your turn.
Well, she realizes that all unholies has broken loose over there, so she flicks on the pilot flame on the heavy flamer, swings it down in front of herself, and marches across the street in full view of every fucking body.
So what she sees is a lot of people running out of the church, of course, and these 4 living flames just doing nothing but scream and be in all sorts of pain. The sentinels.
I can. Yeah, sure. I can definitely. Okay, fine.
And she does reach the entrance to the church, and she can, of course, see what's inside. And she does see that a lot of the gangers inside have reached their weapons and are will soon be able to shoot at Medea, because Medea is their absolute focus.
Yes.
At this point, at least.
Well, that does make sense.
So, we have a bodyguard who also reaches his weapon and shoots at Medea. Medea, would you like to dodge that bullet?
I think she's getting cake.
Oh yeah, she is getting cake. That's true.
So she's dodging the bullet on the way to getting cake.
I think that should be an auto success. Cake trumps everything.
No, it really doesn't.
Damn.
Especially
Even if it's cake you get.
Well, if I get it, but I don't get this particular piece of cake.
I'm sure we can arrange for cake for the GM. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, for the rest of your life. What the fuck just came over me?
I don't know.
Something weird.
Yes. But that's par for the course of this one. So what was I looking at? Oh yeah, that's right.
Cake, presumably.
Nope. Combat. Specifically dodging. Where is my dodging?
To the left.
To the right.
Up.
And down.
Editions.
The attack. So who wrote? Okay.
Oh, Acalon's back.
Acalon. Well, that's no use. Acalon. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just leave you all to it. I'll wander off. I've done the job. I've killed a few of them. I'll just walk off and leave the rest of them to it now.
No, because we know that if you wander off and leave the rest, then you will become an itinerant psyker, and we know what that leads to.
Yes,
letters to his Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of Mankind, that should not have been sent.
I think you mean acknowledgement by the immortal god Emperor of Mankind. He mentioned Acalon by name. There's not been a more proud moment in his life. Just because
only until he makes the next video, hopefully.
Yes, it's just that some grumpy, narrow-minded, wannabe inquisitors have to get all uppity about it.
There is no such thing as a narrow mind, only realism.
Yeah. Oh god.
Okay. So
Okay,
Medea, one of the bodyguards actually managed to hit you, unless you can succeed at a dodge test.
Okay.
So
You want me to roll it, or?
Yeah, you need to dodge if you want to dodge.
There we go.
Mm,
Well, I should probably re-roll that one.
possibly.
No, just made it work.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you can't really
it's-
make it worse in this case.
It did get worse.
Yeah, but
It's
point is, it
the-
doesn't make any difference.
No, the result is the same. So, some damage. It's a solid projectile. Stop.
Didn't we get Medea at least some basic armor?
Nope.
Hmm.
Stop. Blah blah blah.
Maybe we should get Medea some basic armor.
Yep.
Yeah, some on her body, and that's it.
In fairness, it might. just
And
be
I
a-
have to go for a little while again.
Okay.
Yeah. In fairness,
So
it might just be
Medea
a wee
takes
bit-
Medea takes 9 points of damage, and we can remind her of that when she gets back. Okay. So that was the bodyguard. Blah blah blah. Then there's a lot of sentinels and grunts. Okay, so we're actually top of the round, which is Medea's turn. So we'll have to wait until she gets back before we resolve her action.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh well.
Well, I suppose Tim, we can take you first because you're not interfering with anything she's doing. So
Not unless I can help it.
you really can't.
You need a weapon that can actually shoot through solid walls for that.
I'm sure I can get that
Yes, but you don't have one now.
eventually.
But what does Tim do?
Let's see if we can't pop another balloon.
Okay.
A green balloon. So half action to aim, cold shot, shot. Kablamo!
Well, it's definitely a hit,
Definitely is.
and he doesn't try to dodge in any way. He's a living torch. So. Wow.
Oh my god!
So could you roll me another to hit, please?
I can also add 2 to that because
Yep.
Ouch. You are doing the hurty.
no!
Don't worry, he's dead.
Minus 0.1 degrees of failure. I roll 1 higher.
That's actually hilarious.
Tough.
But he falls to the ground. Still burning, of course, but dead.
Pop goes the next balloon.
So we kind of need Medea for this next one because it's one of the remaining bodyguards' turn, and he
Because
might
she
be
made herself a very, very, very open target.
yes, but he might be dead before he gets a chance, depending on her action. So. So yes.
That's. But you can't roll and let or was it his turn or
Yeah, it's one of the last remaining bodyguards' turn, and
Yeah.
whether or not he actually gets a chance to do anything really depends on what Medea intends to do. If she manages to kill him, then it's not his turn, and we move
but
on to the next.
if that means it's her turn, not his.
Yeah, because we've skipped
I'm
past him.
okay.
No
There.
worries. No worries.
Oh,
It is her turn. Yes.
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 Yes. Sorry that I brought up cake because that made her go away.
You must repent by giving all of us cake.
Yes, you must.
Not the smartest thing she's ever done was to leave in the middle of a fight to get that. Oh well.
Well, no one ever accused us of being professional YouTubers.
No, but can we? Is there some way we can, because we don't honestly know how long it's going to take.
No, that's
So
true.
Is there a way for us to circumvent this? Because it's just pointing out that in other situations where she's left for 30 seconds, it's taken her 10 minutes or more to get back. I'd rather not wait that long.
So what we can do is we can move down to Accolon, because Accolon is outside the church.
Yes, he is.
So he doesn't at this moment, at this point in time, he doesn't influence anything that goes on inside the church.
Exactly.
So what does Accolon want to do? So there are 3 living sentinels left, and they will get to act this round. Just letting you know.
Are these the ones burning, or are they not burning?
So some of the clothes are still on fire and so on, but not enough to damage them.
They need to be burned again.
Okay.
Until they do get hurt.
Okay. So you
Well, a jet of Promethean goodness in their direction, please.
Promethean goodness. Okay.
That's a contradiction in terms, for the record.
Not if you're a Red Redemptionist, it's not.
True.
Okay, so
Those are actually some pretty decent rolls.
yeah, but absolutely in no way near enough for these guys.
Okay.
Bloody hell, that's terrible.
Yep.
Right, I'll roll the thing again.
So, well, you don't have to. You don't have to. They really.
They scream and they die.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lots of screaming, lots of dying.
okay.
Well, that means the perimeter is clear.
Yeah. Basically, you've cleared the entrance to the church, and I imagine that Sister Francesca can smell the promethium in the air coming from.
Probably yes.
Because
Which
she is standing nearby after all.
Well, she's literally. You said that it took me a turn to get over there, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Does she love the smell of promethium in the morning? Does it smell like victory?
Oh hell yeah!
I thought so.
It smells like burning
There she
heresy.
is!
Yeah, it does. So, Medea, a few things.
I have noted the damage you took.
Okay, cool.
It was the 9, right?
Yes,
Yep.
9.
Yep, it was.
Minus toughness. So if you have
And armor.
and armor, yes.
She does have something in the body, and I'm guessing it wasn't a cold shot.
No, it's body. It's body. So it's basically Medea's turn now. Top of the round.
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of.
Well, yeah, we put her on pause while you were gone.
Yes. But now that you're back, it's Medea's turn.
All right. Who's still standing up here?
2 bodyguards and Big Eel. And
All right.
a lot of grunts who get to act this round.
All right. I don't like the sound of his motorized saw,
I can't.
so
say
I
that name.
am going to shoot him dead.
Okay, so you go for the flobby guy,
The flop master.
the flop master. Okay.
Yes. We like the flop master. Well, we don't like him, that's why we're gonna murder him.
Makes sense.
He'll be harder to miss. No. I have to roll good.
Well, you do.
And I did!
Nice.
So,
I love that I have to roll below 69.
so that's a lot of bullets that hit him. As far as I can tell, it is 5 bullets in all. 1 for actually hitting him, and 1 for each degree of success beyond the
Yes.
threshold needed. So let's see some damage, please. And I need to find his
I roll a fucking 1.
profile, which is there, and
Boo.
Beautiful.
That's not good.
Yeah, but I have to roll it 4 more times, so...
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
so the first bullet doesn't really do any damage. So that does do some damage, however. And okay, I shall do like so. Okay. Next. That doesn't do any damage. And okay. Okay. So you I was going to say you empty your clip, but I don't think that's the case just yet.
No, I'm just doing a rate of fire of 10.
Yeah. And you have 30 in a clip. So but yeah, many of the bullets hit him, but only some of them actually cause any significant damage to him, and he is still standing. This does mean that one of his bodyguards gets to shoot you, or try to at least. 42. Is that enough?
The answer to everything.
That is not enough.
It wasn't the answer to this thing, at the very least.
Nope. And one of the grunts.
It was the answer to my salvation.
One of the grunts opens fire, doesn't hit anything. Big Eel, however, comes up close and personal and wants to dance a dance of sorts.
Yes.
And let's see how he fares. Let's see, I need to find my chainsword. Ooh.
No.
What is it that does again? Let's see. Oh, I like.
Horrible nastiness.
Yes.
Mine is going to cut you in half.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily, but it yeah.
It's probably gonna hurt somewhat.
Yes.
That would be my guess.
Let's see, what does that do? Okay, cool. Cool. Well, first of all, he needs to actually hit you.
Miss.
That would be a good start.
And he swings madly. He's absolutely livid with rage, and that's probably why he swings wild and doesn't hit anything.
Probably swipes over and she ducks her head a little.
Yeah, but something to that effect. Akalon, your turn.
I think I've already had one.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
you
So it's one of the grunts.
Yeah.
Opens fire on. Well, doesn't hit anything. So when I rolled for their initiative, I rolled like crap. But now that I actually have to roll low, I absolutely don't. That's just.
Isn't that just the way of the world, though?
Apparently. Francesca, your turn.
Yes.
What's your plan here?
I'm almost tempted to say, need you really ask?
I mean, I love
She's approached the entrance. People are coming running out. My guess is they are wearing gang colors.
Yeah, they are.
Are they armed?
Some of them are.
The people who are running out aren't armed.
All right. If the people who are running out aren't armed, then I simply walk past them into the hall, into the doorway, so that basically I'm standing there looking all big and armored and not, thou shalt not pass.
Yep.
And seeing as I already have my flamer in position, I will angle it in such a way that I can avoid hitting my friends, and I will pull the fucking trigger.
Yes.
And I shall hopefully envelop a sizable amount of real estate and several ne'er-do-wells and evildoers in the cone of burning promethium while I do so.
Yes. Okay.
All she needs now is a maniacal laugh while doing it.
All she needs is love.
Da 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 da.
Okay. Whoa.
Wow. That's problematic.
Both ends of the spectrum there.
Woohoo!
Yes. Okay, could you roll me some damage, please?
Oh, I'm sure I can come up with something.
I'm sure you can.
Let me see if I haven't actually written it in here. I think I have, you see. Yes, I have. Isn't it lovely?
It really is.
See if this thing actually works.
Okay.
It's not overly impressive, but it should be a lot of people on fire.
It should indeed. Let's see.
We are lighting up the underbelly of the beast. There will be
people, and
little
there's a
flames running around now.
And there's a sizable amount of real estate.
Yes.
The tables and whatnot in here burning as well.
So that is... Okay, so... How did they fare? He misses, so he gets some damage. Minus... So 11 points of damage, was it?
Yes, with 4 penetration.
Oh, 4 penetration. Well, that doesn't matter because their armor is shite.
That's okay. They can wear shite armor. I don't mind.
I suppose you don't. And this
like we said, they're clearly being supplied by orcs.
Yes. Okay.
The problem with orky stuff, though, is that it tends to work, although admittedly only in orky hands. Anybody else who picks up an orc weapon or piece of kit will deal with something that has the broken condition on it. If an orc picks it up, it works perfectly.
Yeah, but them Ubies didn't need to know that.
So yeah, you do ignite a sizable part of this room, and many of the grunts in the room, the rank and file gangers, are enveloped in flame, and some of them, most of them, spend much of their turn this round doing nothing. They're basically stunned as they scream and flail madly.
They scream and feel horrible about life.
Yes, bodyguard number 8, though, or number 1, sorry, actually does get a shot away at Medea. Nope, doesn't hit anything, and the many grunts. So let's see, 8, 9, and 10 still get to shoot, and they are still at this point still focused on Medea. Next round they probably won't be. Medea, you're hit once, and since you've already reacted this round, you don't get to dodge again. Which means you take another 10 points of damage. Minus, of course, toughness and armor armor points. And it's in the body, so it's not a cold shot or anything. So how bad does it look for Medea?
One more on 10 and she's dead?
Well, she's not... how many wounds does she have left?
6.
6. Okay, so when she reaches 0, she starts taking critical damage.
Yeah.
She's not. It doesn't kill her. Only.
Well,
I think
it can.
Roughly -8 to -10 or something to that effect can be.
I'd say around -6 you need to start sweating, but yeah.
Okay, so those were the grunts inside, and Tim.
But Big Eel can see that she doesn't even care.
Yeah, Big Eel
still has that very maniacal grin on her face as the bullet hits. She doesn't even seem like she noticed.
Yeah, and Big Eel is like I said, he's livid with rage. If he notices the lack of reaction from Medea, he doesn't. It doesn't show, at least. He's pissed off, and she needs to die. Tim, you notice that coming from further down the street is another group of gangers.
Dressed similarly?
Dressed similarly, yes. And they are absolutely aware that something's going on in the church.
Can I communicate that out of turn, or should I wait for my turn?
You can communicate it out of turn.
In that case, Tim mentions that more gangers are approaching from such and such direction.
I suppose, Akalon, you would notice it as well, because you're still outside as well. So, yeah. Okay, new round. or rather, we should probably take our first break because it's a bit past the first hour. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Okay.